Hey guys, Rob from Georgia, aka VHS 82, here with you, and joining me not too far from the great land of Canada, Glenn, aka BDG Reviews, and the psychopath himself, Will Cardinal, aka Mad Harry. And contrary to both popular opinion or assumption, is alive and well and still roaming the corridors. They are the hosts, along with the Don of the one and only Bay of Blood podcast, and as well, Body Bags is in the house. We're fresh off our sixth Black and White Nights commentaries, rolling on into episode 7 as we look at David Fincher's Alien 3, the Assembly cut. So grab your snacks, get that color off your freaking TV, and settle back for what ought to be one hell of an entertaining evening. What's up, guys?
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be
So,
damn fun.
yeah, for the record, I'm not dead. Not yet. Give me at least 1 year.
There you go.
But yeah, I'm super stoked for Alien 3. I just like that movie is like super like I came up with the idea of doing Alien 3. I mean, everyone who's like on this show tonight has got plenty of good ideas movie wise for black and white's commentary nights.
Oh yeah.
But Alien 3 wasn't even on my initial list, but I just figured like Alien 3 is already so dark and depressing, and can you like make it more dark and depressing by doing a black and white commentary with it? So we'll see. I mean, who
Yeah.
knows?
Well, I've been thinking about this movie on and off throughout the day today, and I'll tell you what, man, the more I think about it in black and white, the more I actually got excited throughout the day. So I'm pretty amped to see how this unfolds, especially as we're watching the assembly cut of it.
Oh yeah.
It is a gorgeous beginning, though. When you watch it in color, I mean, just the beginning as
Yeah.
the assembly cut is, man, it is gorgeous just to look at.
Really is.
There's one scene we'll get to in the beginning that I'll ask you like one question, and I'm curious to know what y'all think about. What y'all think about this specific scene? Because I mean, it can make sense, but you gotta use your imagination. So I just want to know what you think about it.
Okay. That works.
So quick,
So
well, I was just gonna ask, have you always been clued in on this assembly cut, or is this something you stumbled into, like I stumbled into it?
sorry, what was that? Sorry, I didn't catch it.
I was just wondering, like, when did you first know about the assembly cut? Like, way
Uh,
before the release of it? Did you know it was out there, or
I
did you sort
didn't
of?
know it was out there. It was being, because well, whatever year it was, when they released, I think it was around when AVP came out. So that put us like maybe like 2005 or 4, 2004, I think AVP
Something around there. Yeah.
was released. And with the Alien quadrilogy, which was a gorgeous set. I don't know if y'all ever got
Oh
your
yeah.
hands on it. I used to have it, but I sold it because I own too many fucking Alien editions. But yeah, super super gorgeous set, and that's where I first watched the assembly cut. But I remember, do you remember that VHS like triple pack like trilogy? You got Alien 1, 2, and 3, and there's
Yeah,
like
I
a
Yeah.
think I
green
do.
alien on it or a
Yeah.
silver alien. I don't
Yeah, yeah,
remember like
yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
but I remember like around when I discovered the internet. Some people were talking about like an alternate cut, and some people were saying like, because with that teaser, the first teaser they made was like everyone can hear you scream on Earth or some shit like that. It was supposed to be on Earth. I don't
Yeah.
know if y'all remember that teaser, but that's what it was. It was on Earth. Everyone can hear you scream and shit. So some people were saying that the assembly cause was actually like some parts of it were taking place on Earth and shit like that. So I had like a basic knowledge of it. I know there was like a different cut that would, well, I knew that there was a different cut. How much it would change the movie itself, I never knew until I saw the actual cut. But
Yeah.
yeah, I heard about that cut before I saw it.
What about you, Glenn?
For me, I'd heard that there were cut scenes, but I never knew how much was cut until I actually saw the release, and I was like, it's like what, 30 minutes more or something like that.
Yeah, approximately
Yeah,
34 to be exact, I think, or some shit like that. I mean,
yeah. So until then, I knew I was expecting, a couple of extra scenes here and there. I wasn't expecting sort of like the major
a
shift
game
that we watch
changer,
is. Yeah,
literally a game changer, bro.
yeah.
That film changed Alien 3, the theatrical cut. I mean, I go to it for
I just have to
nostalgia
say
and shit, but
this. I just have to say this. Had the assembly cut come out as the theatrical cut, I think Alien 3 would be held in the same at the same standard as Alien and Aliens.
I don't think so. I think it would still be the
It
one
would be the weakest of the
people
three,
the weak yeah, the weakest, but
but
not
it would
nearly
be.
as bad as the theatrical one was, if you will.
Yeah. My main complaint with Alien 3 really is it. I don't even know how to say this because I know, Ripley was always supposed to be in it from the beginning, but it always seemed to me that the Ripley character was almost like an afterthought. It was like you have this movie that like an alien in like this prison planet, and it's like then someone at the last minute thought, well, how did the alien get here? It's like, well, throw in Ripley. You know, I know that wasn't the
Yeah,
case, but
but
that's kind of how it feels.
Ripley isn't even the reason. Ripley isn't even the reason that there's, and that's actually the question I'm referring to that I'm gonna ask once we start this film.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think happened? Because Ripley didn't. It wasn't Ripley who, might as well say it now, who put that egg on the Sulaco.
Yeah, I always just sort of
So who
assume.
did? Who did? The
I
Queen, Bishop?
I
You
That's what
know?
I
I always assumed at the end of Aliens. The Queen kind of stored one up there.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. Because I mean,
Yeah, but without the egg sac, she
maybe
would have
she,
carried it like through the
maybe
elevators and shit,
maybe
and
it
that
was stuck up there.
yeah, but still,
Maybe it was like a
uh,
last ditch effort, to
Yeah,
save the
I was thinking
species,
about
sort of thing.
the right word there, but it almost seemed like a sort of a plan B option if things did not go accordingly between what was going to unfold.
Whalen, Utani, and Burke and the Marines,
Well,
because that's
now
what I
I'm saying
think.
when the Queen kind of stows away up on that ship, I'm thinking that egg was like a plan B in case something went right. They're pretty intelligent insects, man. They're not
Mm,
stupid.
Yeah, I know, but the fact and the matter is, Bishop knew when. Well, we'll get to that scene too, but Bishop like basically knew that there was an egg on the Sulaco. Like he literally like tells Ripley. So how the fuck do you know there was an egg on the Sulaco?
I always assumed he was like wired into the Sulaco's mainframe,
And the
and
ship
when
told
Well,
them.
yeah, and when it you know it like came into his head while he was like in the, I don't even know if you want to call it a pod, when he was in the storage.
this yeah.
Yeah, I always thought, I
But
always
but
just
don't
assumed,
you
yeah.
think it would make sense? And especially like try and when we get to those specific scenes,
Mhm.
try and really, uh, try and figure it out. I mean, it's not something quite simple because we got no simple answer for it. But just to think that maybe Bishop actually like did put this egg in case that whole thing went the other way for the Wayland Yutani corps, because
Mm.
by that point we know that the Wayland Yutani are like just plain assholes.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I
it's
don't.
kind of interesting, I think, to see like as much as we can love Bishop and Aliens, maybe he was behind, just playing it cool, and just
I don't know. It seems to me like it would have been easier, like if that was the case, if Bishop was, gonna bring one back, there would have been easier ways than an egg kind of like stuck in like a random place. Because isn't it like stuck on like on the ceiling or something?
yeah, it's on the ceiling.
Yeah, so it's like, why would he put it there? Wouldn't he just, you know, put it like in like cold storage or something? I bet
Yeah,
he
but that's
kind
the
of ripped
point.
it apart, but,
Yeah, yeah, but that's the point. Maybe I don't know. Like we all know, like dude was cut in half. He had no leg, but maybe he waited for he's like you said. Maybe he's plugged into the ship, so he actually you know that's kind of pushing it. But I love to
Mm,
speculate about that. Theory wise and shit. Maybe he
yeah,
just you know, put that egg up there. Maybe he had it like in some sort of, baggage and shit, and he just, while Ripley, Newt, and X were sleeping, he woke up, he did his thing, went back to sleep. I don't know. You never know with androids,
that's
apparently in
true.
aliens. So,
That's true.
what would
Well,
make
let me
Bishop
say let me
different
say
than the
this.
other androids?
Mhm.
Let me say this real quick. I think I got or became aware of the assembly cut when they first announced when they were putting out the special edition DVDs, starting with the first and the second, and then ultimately the third. I think with that announcement of the third rolling out, I must have read somewhere in the specs or somewhere in the in the conversation of what was on the discs that there was this assembly cut thing. Now
Mm.
that got me really excited, but I was in the minority. I've always been in the minority on this film. I absolutely loved this film even before the assembly cut. But when that
Mm.
I
So
saw
the
the assembly,
theatrical cut.
yeah, but when I saw the assembly cut, man, I was like, damn, this is what this movie was supposed to be, and I just became that much more of a fan of it. But I've never agreed with the majority, that hated on this movie. And a lot of one major reason I've always heard is Fincher's decision to kill off most of the characters initially, right at the outset.
Yeah.
Is just a reason, but that never really
Some
bothered me.
people were felt betrayed as fuck.
Yeah, that never really bothered me that much, though. I mean, I just I think I just loved the rest of the movie as it unfolds. I like the idea of being back somewhere with one alien, and it's sort of this fight for survival kind of. And plus, the cast in Alien 3 is freaking outstanding, man.
Yeah.
But the assembly cut, man, helps to
So
alleviate
much.
some of the issues in the theatrical, which we'll get to, because one of my favorite scenes in the assembly cut is actually involves Golic when
Mm.
he goes to retrieve the alien that they already have locked up. Just how that whole thing is laid out in the assembly, I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Um, and so there's a lot of things about the assembly that I love, but I've always been a fan of Alien. In fact, I probably, if there's one of the films of the original four that I hate on,
It's the
not really.
fourth one for me.
Yeah.
I don't like the fourth one at all. It's too far out there for me.
Yeah. The only thing I'll say right now that the fourth one had going for it, I find it had Brad Dourif in it.
Well, he's always fun to watch,
Yeah.
and
You
not just
know.
him, but the other guy who was in the Crow, the
Oh
villain
yeah,
in the Crow.
that guy.
Love that guy, man.
Yeah, he was in it. Ron Perlman was in it.
Yep.
I think it was Ron Perlman. Yeah. So
Yeah, Ron Perlman was in
it
it.
had a good cast, but it.
Winona Ryder too.
Oh yeah, yeah. before. She like went insane or whatever.
And you got
Uh,
aliens swimming underwater, which is pretty cool.
yeah, and the thing with that, which is kind of neat, is a good amount of it was practical. There was some
Yeah,
CG, but like,
especially in the assembly cut, there's more CG in the theatrical cut, if I'm correct, I think.
that's true. Yeah. Well, I mean, my whole thing is just kind of keep CG away from these movies. Dude in a suit, always better.
Do you prefer? I gotta ask y'all too. Do you prefer the runner alien, the dog alien as we know it,
Mhm.
to have come out of an ox or a dog? I think the design of the creature and the way it walks, the way it acts, uh, really is more like doggy style, you know?
I get it. Yeah. You
I'm,
know,
What
ac-
about
I'm,
you,
ac-
Rob?
I'm actually a fan of the switching it over to the ox. It just seemed the way they laid that out seemed more practical. That thing would have latched on to one of those ox and put it down, and then of course they sling that thing up. I love how
Yeah,
that
and
lays
we
out.
get our first look at the royal facehugger too, the queen facehugger, if
oh
you
yeah,
remember,
yeah,
because there's another theory that is basically that the the royal facehugger is like kind of like super, well, way more massive than a regular facehugger. So it's
mm,
not a queen facehugger. It's like just super, you know,
big one.
facehugger on steroid, if you will. Yeah. And the little mandibles that he's got between every single legs.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't know if it's canon now, but you can find pictures of some, statue or whatever that it's basically the royal facehugger with carrying an eggs on top of his.
Oh, that's cool.
Uh, so maybe a facehugger could have, run into the ship, drop the egg,
Mm,
did his thing with the ox, and there you go.
yeah,
That explains the egg on the Sulaco, on the Sulaco.
yeah, I could see that. I mean, it's the sort of thing. One thing we know from these movies, you know, th- these creatures are very like adaptable.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
I mean
so
they take traits from their host. I mean,
yeah. So I
that's not a
mean,
perfect example. I mean,
it seems to me it would be quite likely that they'd be like, okay, well, like the queen is like ripped off, like at the end of Aliens, the queen is ripped off from this area. Maybe one of the like eggs opened up and was like, you know what, I'm gonna just take one of these and go where people are.
yeah, like took it on his back, but it's like a
Yeah,
specific species like that's made
yeah,
for it, kind of like a last resort, if you will.
yeah.
And I kind of dig the I got the NECA figure of that specific facehugger, and it looks great.
Nice. Here's a question: would you buy a full size alien if you had the money to?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely, I would.
absolutely.
Yeah, but here's the real question: what would you do with it?
Uh, display piece, man.
You know what I
But
would do? Have you guys seen the movie FX?
nope.
Seems like I have. That's an older
Yeah,
one,
it
huh?
has like Brian Dennehy in it and some other
Yeah.
guy. What he does is Brian Dennehy is like a cop, and this other guy is a special effects guy. And what he does is he has like this creature rigged up in his apartment, so that when you open the door, it charges at the door. And it's just, like a gag, really. But I would totally do that with an alien. Just set it up so that if someone comes in the door and they didn't know and this alien comes running at them,
Fuck this, I'm out of here, bro.
Exactly. Think of it. Someone breaks into your house and that comes at you. It's like, no way. Like, nope. That's almost as bad as that article I sent you.
Yep, yep. What about you, Rob?
What would I do with it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Set piece. I just have it next to my DVD collection. I think that would be pretty cool. But I do like
yeah,
Glen
same for me.
Or you know what would be
I mean, I got the replica, life size replica of the facehugger from NECA,
oh nice. How much was that?
and $160.
It's not bad really. Is it
Not bad at all.
is it just the face hugger or did it come with the egg?
No, with the egg, it's like 350 or
Uh
400 or some shit.
yeah. Yeah. You know, I've seen it with the egg. I saw it in a record store once and I just thought, damn, that's really cool. You could just sit
How
that
much was
near
it?
your room. He was selling it for about 400.
Yeah,
And it was just, it was like, I couldn't bring myself to pay that much for something that I'd never use. I was just thinking
yeah.
what a cool thing
Like,
to do with a life-size alien would be if you cut a hole in your ceiling and you put it up in the ceiling, like as if it was like reaching down through the ceiling.
the real question is, what
It'd be
would you do with a life-size Sigourney Weaver replica?
things we can't talk about on podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you go. Man.
I just sent y'all a picture of my life-size facehugger replica on the messenger chat. But let's get to the movie, if you don't mind. Should
Yeah.
we roll the original trailer on Earth? That would be great.
Yeah, sure. Here we go. And there, we're done.
Okay, folks. It's time to rev up those Blu-ray, DVD, VHS player, whatever you got. No, you can't find the assembly cut on VHS, so but DVD or Blu-ray, whatever you can watch the assembly cut on. It's time to rev it up and wait for us. Is everyone at zero?
I'm on the main menu, so
Yeah, I'm on the main menu, ready to hit the play.
yeah.
I'm at zero now. Let's just make sure everyone's got the right runtime. 2:24:53.
Yeah, let me take a look. Yeah, 2:24:53.
Hold on here.
I've been waiting for you. Next time we'll do Superman 4.
Okay, I'm at 001 because for
Let's
some reason it won't stop at 000.
Okay, I'm actually at 00000, so I'm ready.
How about 000? Do you have 2:24:53 too?
Yep, I do.
Oh, I should. I'm running off the anthology blue.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's time. So 1, 2, 3, go.
Nice.
That
I
logo
love the
looks good in
opening.
black and white.
I love the opening.
Yeah.
Really puts you in the mood.
Yep. And that's something you can always say, no matter what alien movie it is. The opening credits and everything are always.
Resurrection?
I don't know. Even that. I mean, the opening credits are pretty decent. Not so much the rest of the movie, but. I just like the fact that it said Sigourney Weaver and the W was looked like the Whale and Yutani logo. Yeah,
There you go.
Charles S. Dutton.
The egg.
Mhm.
Soundtrack too is haunting. I love it.
Yeah.
Did any one of us saw this in theater? Well, obviously not me because I'm a small ass motherfucker. But
Yeah. No, I was going to, but I didn't get around to it.
I saw it.
Nice.
were you disappointed?
No, no.
So it didn't grew on you like from the get go. You love this film.
Yeah, I've always been a fan. I don't know.
That's kind of
Something about it.
surprising, bro. 'Cause, I mean, that's the kind of film everyone hated, and it kind of grows on you with the years and viewings, and at least for me, and from what I saw on the internet and shit,
Mm.
most people feel this way with Alien 3.
I have also the advantage of having seen Aliens in the theater, and that was maybe the only movie that I ever was part of that had an immediate standing ovation.
I ever walked out of
What?
Aliens. Who would do that?
Probably some dumbass did.
No, but it got a
Probably.
standing ovation immediately at the end credits, and I
We
knew
don't
right
get
then.
that in Canada, bro. That's so sad.
But
I've seen it twice. That's it.
I knew I would never be. I would probably not be part of something that special again. So I think my expectations for Alien 3 were not near as high as they were for Aliens.
Yeah.
That that's one of the main issue. I mean, you find yourself coming out of Aliens, which is a straight up 10 out of 10. It's a straight up masterpiece.
Mhm.
So you can't expect the same thing again. And they went a different route too. They went a different way. So I kind of respect that, but even giving the fact that it's going a different way, you can't really expect the same. Aliens is so well crafted. Everything about it works so well. So I don't know how you could expect something to be as good or better. You know.
Yeah. That's always the thing. It's like, what do you do? Either you remake Alien, or you do something 100% different. And
Well, they
it's like
pretty
you're damned if
much.
you do, you're damned if you don't.
Well, they pretty much they took a lot from the first Alien,
Oh yeah.
Ridley Scott's Alien. By the
Yeah.
sense of isolation, and it's not the same thing, but it's kind of got that same formula going for it. I think.
Oh, I'm digging this, man. I am
Yeah.
so digging
This
this.
looks really good in black and white. Just what we're seeing right here. I mean, look at that. That looks like it could have been
Yeah,
shot in black and white.
yeah, absolutely.
I was gonna say the only point I missed the color was when we were seeing Fury 161 for the first time. I just
Yeah.
love the color palette of the planet, but this is beautiful, man. Right here, this is
But this movie's
Yeah.
got a pretty solid color palette, I think. Really dark, depressive, brownish, slimy kind of look to it. But black and white, let's try it. You never
look at
know.
this
Maybe
guy,
it's even.
man.
Yeah.
This guy looks like he could have been in a Richard Stanley film, man.
Oh, you know, saying that, just when we were watching this, the opening scene when the ship was coming down, I got the thought, I would love to see Hardware in black and white.
Nice.
I'm
Yeah,
at,
it's been a while since I've seen it. I don't remember shit about
yeah,
it, but I do own it. So
I'm
yeah.
actually
So
reviewing that for War Theme Week.
nice.
I mean,
I'm quite surprised. I was expecting it to look good in black and white, but not as good. I'm quite happy with the
this is
result.
beautiful, man. This is so.
Yeah.
Look at him. this is great.
I love the maggots. Any movie that has maggots in it, I love. And the fact that she was covered in maggots there was kind of cool.
Is there any maggots in Black Christmas?
The remake,
Yeah.
it just is a maggot. So not in the good way.
That's gonna be interesting for sure.
Ooh, look at all those bugs. I always think with a series like Alien, I would like to see, Ridley Scott had his chance. He did a great thing. James Cameron did a great thing. David Fincher did a great thing. What about someone like David Lynch?
David Lynch with Alien. I think Alien is too. How can I put it?
Normal?
Uh, too. I would say, uh, if we were to have like a David Lynch Alien film, um, I don't think we would have something. I think I would be really disappointed because he would try to, do his own thing like he always does. No problem about that. But since we got already 4 films, that lore is already, existing. But if you would give David Lynch, let's say Aliens never happened and David Lynch was around for Aliens, I would have been curious, but let's say David Lynch would do Alien 5. I'm not sure. I'm not sure it would be good. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I love
What
that,
do you,
how mangled up, you know, the bodies are that it's showing.
yeah. Are you at the same point? I'm at the point where Ripley is like laying down on the
That's
table
where
with.
I'm
Yeah.
at.
Yeah, same here.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
I was gonna say it wasn't the director of District 9, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Blomkamp.
Yeah, but then Ridley came in and, kind of stole it from
No,
him.
you don't.
Yeah. He had an interesting idea. He was going to retcon this. It was going to be a direct sequel to Aliens. Hicks was going to
Yeah, and
be in
you
it,
can
and everyone.
you can find concept arts for it and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to have seen what he would have done. It's the
But
sort of thing.
but what's weird is the fact that some people are saying like he would have retcon Alien 3 and 4
Look at this.
because we see that Hicks is still alive and
Ah,
Hugh
that's
is
beautiful.
too. But that movie, even the basic script was entitled Alien 5, so
Yeah,
Oh, this looks good.
it does. It's just working. Oh hell, I would have loved to have seen an Alien film directed by Fulci.
uh, yeah, the atmosphere wise, I
Yeah,
think it would have been great,
yeah.
really. But
I mean, the thing is, you'd have to get him. If that was the case, he would have had to
nothing
have
against
been,
Italian
you know,
cinema, but they uh, nothing against Italian cinema, but they had their shots with Alien 200, so
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
Which is a bona fide classic.
yeah. You
Just
know what I mean, though? Like, if you actually gave him like the actual sandbox of the Alien things to play in, and see what he'd come up with.
Yeah. What's cool is that Giger's like designing the runner and shit with some
Hmm.
consultants and shit, but still H.R. Geiger, Giger or Geiger, however say it in English,
Giger.
but
Yeah,
he was still around even for Alien 3, so that's kind of neat,
yeah.
and it shows too.
And I just love the fact that all these years, and they always go back to the same design. because it just works.
Well, you get different species, but it's still
Yeah,
the same
different versions, but
blueprint
everyone,
behind it. Yeah.
you know, Covenant is a perfect example. You know, you had the neomorphs and everything, and people were okay with them. But I remember when I saw that in theater, when you saw the actual xenomorph that we know from Alien, it was like
Yeah.
everyone like was really happy, and you could tell.
Yeah, except for the chest burster scene,
Oh yeah, well yeah.
where it's like a small baby alien, not even a
Oh,
chest burster.
that annoyed me to no end. I'm
Yeah,
calling bullshit
all,
on that.
and I mean, it's always like waving
We
at.
we talking about the end of
It's
Prometheus.
almost waving at. Huh?
You talking about the end of Prometheus?
No, the one
No,
in
Covenant.
Covenant. Yeah,
Been a while since I've seen Covenant. I remember
when
that.
when the actual first proper like xenomorph comes out, it's literally a small xenomorph. It has arms, it has the
Yeah,
tail, you know,
yeah.
things that were hinted at on like the normal chest burster, you know, they were like tucked away and everything.
Full grown,
Yeah,
full
this was
grown
just like,
baby Xenos.
yeah, this essentially that's what it was. It was like a baby xenomorph.
What
Just
was
they
that?
just shrunk it.
What was that one? What do we call that one creature in Covenant that was that sort of albino-looking creature?
Yeah, the neomorphs they
Yeah.
called them.
Okay. Yeah, that was pretty creepy. That one scene where it's just kind of standing there.
Yeah, just in there like looking and
Yeah, that was a pretty creepy. It had its moments, but
yeah,
I think Ridley probably got undercut by the studio
probably.
quite a bit.
Oh, he said it himself. Like the studio was like more alien, more alien, more alien. You
Yeah.
know, I could have under because with Prometheus going forward, it was supposed to be like from the get go trilogy leading to aliens. So but the 20th century folks were like, oh no, we need more aliens. People complained with Prometheus not enough aliens, so we
Freaking
Mm.
need
crap.
aliens. So
Freaking
but I would
look.
understand the studio to put pressure on Ridley Scott if it was like the third installment and we didn't get shit with part two, but it's part two. Can you give the man some time and some free range for his
I
thing
will.
that he basically created? Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably even better than me, although I'm a bit of a Ridley freak. When when the conceptually when Prometheus was first coming along, there was a lot of stories conceptually about where Ridley seemed like he was going, and there were some pretty bizarre places if I remember. And I kind of felt cheated when we didn't get to go to some of those places that he was hoping to take us because I think it probably freaked the studio out a little bit too much because it wasn't going to be Alien per se.
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. And even with not even like the worlds, not just the worlds and shit. If you look at some concept arts, you were supposed to have some kind of weird fucking shit going on with
Oh yeah,
early, alien infecting people, not really alien, but the black goo mutating people to a point where they basically become unrecognizable like throughout it, and it really, I think, from because I read the novel and I read the visual encyclopedia, the art of Prometheus and shit,
Mm.
and we would have seen way more of what the black goo can do to some human praise or even animals, as we see in the visual concept art book, and the fact that the black goo is kind of the key to the xenomorph species. So depending on what it affects, the result will be different from one living being to another. So it would have been so cool to see this, but
I even remember hearing stories about that once they had arrived at the engineer planet, there was a scene that was being hinted at that was involved the engineers, basically trying to force two guys to mate, not understanding. Yeah, it was just weird stuff, man. Just weird stuff.
yeah,
I was just
yeah, but
like,
that was in the original script, if I'm correct.
that's what I thought. And unfortunately, forcing the alien too early on in Covenant, I think, just probably ruined any chances for that third piece, which really gets me mad.
Mm,
That's gonna be great. The morgue scene, if you will, and that's
yeah,
that's such a good scene. You really feel for Ripley, I think.
yeah.
Like, are you sure you want to see? You know,
I'm telling you, man, my love for this film is it's even leapfrogging ahead right now, just seeing it like this. God, I love the atmosphere here. This is so.
I'm like, yep, that certainly is a morgue.
and it's way. That's what I love about Alien Three, though. The fact that it kind of plays out really slow, kind of like Alien did, but on with a different twist, if you will. I really respect that.
Mm. What I
What do
like
you
about this
think, Rob?
scene that I'm seeing right now, it's just a little bit of set dressing, but it's kind of cool. The fact that they've put flowers on
The fact that
the
there's a naked 12-year-old
no, we could do
girl on
without
the
that.
table.
We could do
Well,
without
that
that for
that's
sure.
that's that's nowhere as awkward as the beginning of the Wild Beast. You got about a 12 year old briefly nude from the top up. That's really awkward.
Yeah.
That's so deep. I love this scene.
Mm. Yeah, what I said though, I just dig the fact that, like this is a planet full of criminals, but they still put flowers on the, you know, not on the grave, obviously, but outside of the
Yeah,
where they're keeping the
because
bodies.
there's no
So there's
apparently
still a
there's
bit of
no
humanity.
yeah,
Well,
but
well,
apparently there's no grave. Maybe there's a grave, but
Mm.
what
they burn Newt and X to be sure to get rid of whatever could remain of the alien species. I think, but
Yeah.
maybe
isn't it alluded to? Maybe not so. That it's said that this is the last chance for these guys to reclaim any semblance of humanity. I
Yeah.
mean, if they're gonna have
uh
any, it's here. It's right now in the closing end point of their lives. I mean,
yeah, because they are basically spending the rest of their days on Fiorina 123. So 123 or 163, 123, I think.
Uh,
Fury 161, Fury 161.
161.
yeah. Color.
Open her up. That's gnarly, bro. I mean,
One thing I always thought would have been an interesting plot would have been if in between Aliens and Alien 3, they'd done what they did between Alien and Aliens and made it that it was like 50 something years later again.
there's a major flaw though. Look at the jacket, the surgeon jacket. Did you catch that? That the blood marks aren't the
Mm.
same at all.
Yeah. Hmm.
I think it will be back to super bloody, if I'm correct.
Mm. I find it funny. She probably could have just said to him, you know. At this point, I mean, he's quite sure something else is going on, but it's like, yeah, I'm looking for an alien.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
back
kind of
to
weird how she never plays it straight with him.
it's
No.
back to super big blood
Yeah, I see
splatter
that.
on the chest.
I mean,
Smoker.
if she played it straight with anyone in here, he was the one to play it straight with.
Yeah.
Bitch, you're pregnant.
I love how beat up she looks, though, man. She's worn out, man.
Oh yeah, and that eye. The fact that all the eyes all bloodshot and stuff.
I remember how red that eye is in color, so.
Yeah.
He's gonna cover her back, man.
What's cool about this film too is you don't know who to trust really. Like
No.
characters are fleshed out well enough for you to wonder who is actually uh, good and who's evil. You just they're all criminals and assholes, so you don't know who to trust. So the film, yes, the alien is the main villain, but there's like a second threat to the character that we follow that we've been following for like two films already. So it adds up to the sense of dread,
Hmm.
What do you think about that, Rob? Do you feel this way too? Like the sense of threat coming from basically every fucking male character in this film that you just don't know who to trust.
Yeah, I think it helps that it's by and large a British cast. I think it really helps create an interesting atmosphere. You don't know who to really trust, but it's for different reasons.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust a single motherfucker, bro, in
No.
that facility.
I mean, he's the only guy right there. I mean, he's the only guy that ought to get the benefit of the doubt, but even that's undercut by what he's done in his past,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which is an interesting thing.
I like the fact that everyone here, like the guy just said, they're all like rapists, murderers, child molesters, everything, but they
This
never
is
actually,
trash.
yeah, but they never really go into detail about what everyone
Yeah.
has done except for
Yeah,
him.
absolutely. And it plays out. It kind of not it plays out, but it works because given the fact that you don't know who's done what or who
Yeah,
did what, kind of makes it even more unsettling, I think.
yeah,
Well, you do have the attack on Ripley that does offer
Oh yeah,
a
yeah.
little bit
oh
of
yeah,
insight, but Golic is the only one that, man, he really just seems insane. Like, man, he's just in.
yeah.
Like, I don't know what he did in his past life, but man, whatever it was pretty diabolical.
Hmm.
I love this, man. I love
Oh.
this. Yeah, stick this thing in the stew, man.
Yeah. Man, it's the bugs that are on everything that's really just ugh.
Good meat. You should try your new thing, your new cooking thing,
There
Rob.
you
With
go.
Yeah, I might have to throw a batch of wings on here, man. That now, see, we're getting a little insight right now.
God damn, I gotta say, does it feel good to record tonight? I was so sad yesterday, bro. I'm glad we're recording tonight.
Oh yeah. Oh
That's some
yeah.
shit you don't see in the theatrical cuts. It changes so much.
It
Oh, it feels
really
like
does.
it feels
Oh,
like
there it is. There it is.
Mm.
The soundtrack, bro. I love the soundtrack.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing. Oh yeah, even the weakest of the Alien movies has a good soundtrack.
Are we counting ABPR?
I don't really consider those Alien movies, but you know what?
How
Yeah.
disappointing! I remember seeing it in the theater, sneaking into the
Mm,
theater to see it because I couldn't, because it was rated R,
mm,
and I couldn't enter, and I snuck up and to in the actual screening and for the actual screening,
mm.
and bro, I was so stoked, bro. The trailer, that's one hell of a trailer, like on Earth. Damn, it's Alien versus Predator on Earth, but god damn, what a disappointment it was.
It was.
That's poetic. This
Mm,
scene is poetic. Listen to the dialogue, it's hella poetic.
mm. Oh, and that crossfade shot right there, damn, that's beautiful.
The dialogue with the birth of the alien, that's poetic as fuck. Just listen, it's crazy. They are forever eternal and everlasting.
Yeah, something else is everlasting as well.
he's freaking awesome, man. I love watching that guy act.
Yeah.
Fine piece of dialogue that scene is.
Mm,
That false feeling of safety.
mm.
Yeah, the music's pretty awesome.
Beautiful, beautiful. Love it.
Mhm.
Of a flower.
Mhm.
it's
That's
it's
awesome.
it's
The beast has arrived.
beginning.
Wow. That looks so freaking awesome. I don't think that scene ever looked so great. It just fits with the whole industrial aspect of this
Yeah, it
society.
does.
Am I the only one that some set design of this film kind of reminds me of Dark City?
I see it. I definitely see it.
That industrial, plain,
Um,
brownish, darkish look.
Mhm.
I haven't seen Dark City, but I was thinking to myself, what you were saying. I was thinking to myself how well what we see fits in what the exterior universe of Blade Runner perhaps look like
Yeah, yeah,
out on the
yeah. Blade
frontier.
Runner 2. Yeah, absolutely. But bro, that scene, like I said, it's so poetic. Everything just,
On this
and
looks so
it's not
cool.
as good with the theatrical cut, but bro, that whole, rest in peace ceremony, if you will, with the birth of the alien, with
Mhm.
that uh seed lines and oh, bro, I love it. I really do.
I love this whole
What about
concept.
y'all? Don't you think that fucking scene was awesome?
Yeah, it really was.
What about you, Rob?
Oh yeah, I way more better than the theatrical. This conversation's pretty freaking cool.
Mm,
See, even here, there's levels of craziness, man.
yeah.
He don't know.
Brush your fucking teeth.
But isn't it weird that he's gonna be the one to develop that weird sort of offbeat connection with the beast, man?
Mhm.
The dragon.
If I'm not wrong, they call the alien the demon or the angel in this film or some shit like that.
Well, they
I think so. Yeah.
call it a dragon, don't they?
The dragon, yeah, the dragon, I think. Yeah.
Gallic refers to it as a dragon.
That film is shot well too, bro. I mean,
It is.
technically, the only cons I got going for it is really, the CG blue screen or whatever it was, composite shots of the Xeno, the dog alien running, especially toward the end.
Yeah.
I think this. I can't remember his name, but the cinematographer here, he goes way back, man. Films like Doctor Fives Rises Again. He shot that.
Nice.
Mm.
It's been around for a long time.
What did he do just before Alien 3? Do you know?
I can't remember, but I'll look.
you know, like danger, danger.
He did a film called Mr. Destiny in '90, but the interesting thing is in '89 he shot Leviathan.
Mhm.
Mm.
He also shot Labyrinth, Raw Deal, Legend, The Keep for Michael Mann, Excalibur in '81.
Nice.
He he was on some pretty big titles.
Yeah, he's been shooting films since '67.
Is he dead now?
I was just about to double check that. Yeah, in '07 he died. He was
Oh
78.
seven.
Yeah, he was 78.
Oh, I gotta say, Rob, and to the audience too, to whoever is listening to this episode, do yourself a favor and go order the William Gibson screenplay of Alien, the unproduced screenplay of Alien 3. It's a novel, a graphic novel of about 200 pages, but god damn is it different, and it's good in its own way. It's really not the Alien 3 that we have in front of us now. Really
Nice.
not. And well, the BDG, I got one for you. I just
Oh
have
yeah.
just wait for the motherfucking mail to get back on track here in Quebec City because of the COVID shit. I can ship
Mhm.
anything, so
Now, you
or
see,
I can ship, but you gotta pay double the price. So, but Rob, I'm telling you, if you can grab it's like a hardcover comic book put out by Dark Horse.
right?
If you can grab this, do it. And it's pretty cheap. It's like 20, 23, or 25. And it's so interesting. It's so not the same thing. I mean, the novel opens, you got Newt, you got X is still around. Uh it's amazing. It really is.
Now, here's something
Nice.
interesting, Will and Glenn. The
Yeah.
cinematographer, I said he had shot Leviathan, right?
Yeah.
And then he also shot The Keep, worked for Michael Mann.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Here's what's really interesting. The guy who composed the score, Goldenthal,
Mhm.
Yeah.
he composed music for the film Sphere in '98, underwater film, but
I love that movie.
uh, the
Never seen it.
he also scored the Michael Mann film Heat. So
Oh.
both
Oh, now we're talking.
Yep.
the composer and the cinematographer both did underwater films and both worked for Michael Mann. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
A little interesting connection there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rob, please do yourself a favor and order this this novel. It's a comic book, like I said. It compiles issue 1 through 6, I think. But god damn, is it worth it?
Cool.
Dark Horse literally took the denied screenplay of William Gibson and did a novel with it.
I always think we should see more of that. You hear about so many scripts that don't get made.
Oh, but Dark
Would
Horse
be
are
awesome.
doing some now. We got some even for Alien 1, we got an Alien 1 unproduced screenplay, like an early draft coming
Nice.
this October, I think. So, well, with COVID, you never know. It could be like years later, but
That's true. But then again,
but
I mean, when it comes to comics and stuff, I think people can work at home a bit easier.
yeah, then movie maker or video game
Yeah.
developers or shit like that. But
Mm.
please, Rob, please promise me you will pick this up.
I'm hearing you. Yeah,
If you
special.
don't pick it up, I will buy it for you. You need to read this shit. I'm telling you.
I'm pretty sure some point back I've actually I got into this weird habit of falling asleep to the novelization of this film via YouTube. I'd put it on at
Th-
night when I was laying down to go to sleep, and I never really got
Okay,
far into it, and I'd eventually fall asleep. But I always, because I mean, they're
but
like
they,
5 6 hours.
but it's yeah, but it's not even the novelization. It's a complete different story. That's what I'm telling you.
No,
It's
I know. I was just mentioning.
okay, okay.
Uh,
I never read the novelization of Alien 3. I did read the novelization of some Alien films. Some are good, some are meh. Uh, for example, the Alien versus Predator novel is pretty damn solid for real.
Mm.
The Alien 1 graphic novel is kind of cool too. Well, novelization. It's not the novel; it's a graphic novel, but it's kind of cool. The Aliens. I read the special extended edition, and it's pretty much what you see with the director's cut, though. So it's
You know, I
not
was just
nothing really special about it.
watching this scene here. You know, this has even in with black and white has an even deeper noir feeling to it.
For sure.
Isn't it funny? She's willing to have a quickie with him, but she can't quite trust him.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I gotta say, I loved that scene that was just here when the guy went through the fan. I love the fact that they showed his body parts like flying around.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's
Yeah,
like,
and his color is super gory too. I mean, you see the blood like just
yeah,
spraying.
But you know what? In black and white, you almost got a better look of the alien than you do in color when he's looking down
It's
into the
true
dark
because
hole.
yeah.
he's not fading as much in the background. That's what I got from it.
hmm A good example of that is, I think about a week ago, I watched American Werewolf in London, and
In
during
black
the
and white.
in black and white, yeah, and during the transformation
How
scene,
come you didn't wait for us, motherfucker?
because I just felt like watching it, so I put it on. Um, but honestly, you see the werewolf like earlier in the film. You get a better look at it in black and white. I just love this. Like, bring a bucket, we'll pick him up.
What a bitch ass you are, bro. How come you did this without us? You know,
Hey,
we both of us love this film, and still you went your own way. Well, guess what? You're out of that motherfucking podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
and I tell you what,
But
I'm up for it any day because that was awesome in black and white.
you're up for any day of getting kicked out of this podcast?
Gotta love the camera working.
No, I'm just kidding. But bro, hit us up next time.
I think you were at work.
Oh well.
Yeah, and
What are you talking about? I never work, bro.
no, never, Darth got to work.
Never.
Ah. Yeah, you see, this scene here is always where I sort of assumed that
Oh.
that Bishop learned about the alien. You know, like when she turned him like back on and asked him the things, you know, I always assumed he kind of synced up.
Do you hear what I said? Hello?
Yeah,
Are you
What?
there?
yeah, I am.
I hear you.
Okay, okay. Did y'all hear what I just said, or did it cut off?
It might have cut off. What did you say?
Do you think Alien Resurrection would look better in black and white?
Oh,
No,
okay.
it must have cut off.
Yeah, I think it would. Honestly,
I don't think so. I think it's too in your face, fast paced.
I'm gonna try it. Honestly, I'm gonna try it.
I think
The
this
black
works.
and white does something with the CG also.
What about you, Rob?
I was just gonna say, I think this works more just because it already feels like it's noir. That the color paletting works really great. But I don't know.
It's already super dark, so
There's something about Resurrection that I mean, I'm not against watching it in black and white, but it just when you think about all the Alien films and which one might play off the best, this is the one.
hmm I got to admit, I would like to see the original in black and white as well.
I could see the original work in black and white, but
Yeah.
not as much as three. I was thinking about three, and I was
No.
like, damn, that film. I don't get me wrong, I love Alien Three, but not as much as the first two, of course. And I went in like just in my head saying, I was saying to myself like, okay, so that film is already super dark, super depressing. Like I said,
Mhm.
can we do something more dark and depressing with it? So
Mhm. It works. It works so well. I mean, look at this scene, like the light coming through the window and everything.
This is the second film, Glenn, that we've mentioned about that. This is the stuff that uh, Don was referring to at the end of Texas.
Yeah.
The light just wasn't working for him. But here, this one, and what was the other film we?
It was
I
what
missed a couple, so I don't know.
yeah.
Are
I
listening?
think it was wasn't it Stage Fright? No, 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 it wasn't Stage Fright. Night of the Living Dead?
Night of the Dead is already in black and white.
No,
No,
no, no.
the
Watch.
remake.
Oh, you
Yeah.
watched
No,
the
I think it
remake
was.
in black and white?
Yeah. It was interesting.
Where's that episode, bro? I gotta see this.
Yeah, I haven't uploaded it yet.
I think it was Blair Witch, man.
Yeah, probably.
The sun through the trees and
Yeah.
the rays of sun and stuff. I
Okay,
think
so
that
now y'all are on your seventh
this
show.
is
So
episode 7. Yeah,
I
Yep.
this is
so I was on TCM,
Yep.
and I wasn't on another one too.
Blair Witch.
No, I wasn't on
You
Blair
weren't
Witch.
on Blair Witch? I thought you were.
Oh yeah,
he was
yeah,
on most of it.
Yeah.
I was on, yeah, but my Skype shit crashed.
Yeah, that was it. Halfway through, your Skype
Yeah.
crashed. Yeah. Um, and now you're on Alien 3.
So yeah, so what's the first one y'all ever did?
Evil Dead remake,
Yep.
What second one?
where stage right,
Yep.
Third?
and then we did Texas. Then we did Blair Witch. Then you couldn't be a part of that next one, so we changed it to the 90 Night of Living Dead. And
Mhm.
then last night we decided, because I really want you on when we do Last House on the Left. So what I thought was, and you didn't respond to me yet, but what I thought we could do is tuck that into a grouping that includes Who Can Kill a Child and Don't Torture a Duckling.
Absolutely, I'm down.
You could do those three
Yeah.
as a grouping. That'd be pretty. Some pretty heavy lifting there. 3 films that are just not
Yeah.
happy films by any stretch.
And
We beat.
commentary, like let's be honest. I mean, commentary don't requires as much prep as a full blown show with guests and shit. So we could even do like a back to back. Let's say I'm off one day, we
Yeah.
do two movies back to back, and the other day we do two other movies back to back, and we do just that whole a big show with them.
Oh yeah. You know what I think would work so awesome in black and white, and I call it the Depression trilogy, and
What
it
it?
would be Martyrs, it would be Antichrist, okay, and there was another one. What was the other one? Oh, The Girl Next Door.
Yeah, yeah. I could see.
I mean, you watch
Yeah,
those three back to back, you'll kill yourself the next day.
you know what we should do? Like go with a theme. You know what,
Yeah.
what we should do? Go with a theme and say, let's say we do depression. I would go with Calvaire or
Mm,
anything like that. You choose one, and Rob chooses one, and we just do like commentary tracks for each and single one of them. But we do a show, going deep into each and every film that we watched in black and white, explaining what we love, what we just as a resume, you know.
Yeah.
So you're learning a little bit about these guys right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good people.
Oh yeah.
Why is he putting his glass on? Never understood. I'm about to rape a bitch. Better put the glasses on.
I love how Charles down there just cleans house, oh man.
Oh yeah.
See, he's the morality here. You know, he is the one that keeps these guys in line.
Oh yeah. And how? It's like,
What a metal bar.
mm.
Looks like there's a little bit of brain matter at the end of it now. Like he clubbed for him over the back of the head.
I love that. Like, take off. I gotta re-educate some brothers.
Some great lines in this.
Oh yeah.
God damn, that looks good. That looks
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. That almost for a second just made me think about the Thing for a minute.
Yeah.
For a second, just a second. So how?
Didn't y'all do the Thing
Will.
prequel slash remake in black and white too?
I've seen
yet.
it
We
in
want
black
to,
and
though.
white, but we haven't done a show on it.
We need to. We need to. That is
Okay.
major film to see in black and white.
Yeah, wait for me. I'm down for it for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It completely changes the way you see that movie.
You were about to say, Rob? You were like, Will.
What I was gonna say, House, Child, and Duckling isn't heavy enough for you. You gotta go
It's
deeper than that,
Freddy.
man. You gotta go heavier than that. That's a pretty heavy 3 films.
No,
man.
yeah, it's heavy.
And I was gonna
bro,
say,
but,
Will, one of
uh,
the reasons why I kind of fainted a little bit last night. I don't know, man. I was really in the mood for Last House as a group, and even just narrowing it down to me and Glenn. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of lost a little bit of the.
oh, it's not the same feeling.
It's
No,
it's
As
such a
need
doing
more
it.
people.
It's such a heavy film.
Yeah, but
It's,
it's cool to do like a commentary, just two people. It's cool. Like I can do it like easy,
oh,
but
you know,
it's
we
so much fun with more people, so more opinion, more people can nitpick or give their opinion on what we are actually watching at the same time. So
Yeah.
I completely agree with you.
A good example of that is also, like last night, obviously, Rob hadn't seen Tenebrae, and when we did Stage Fright, it had been years since I'd seen Stage Fright, so I ended up, just kind of watching the movie. So the more,
Oh, that was freaking sweet. Still is sweet. He's like, what? Isn't it
One thing
funny how
about
these
this
guys?
film that I find, sorry, go ahead,
I was
Rob.
gonna say it's funny how these guys circle back and end up in the same spot they took off from.
Exactly. That plays on what I was about to say. Like, imagine you're on the spot. You're at at the place. Yeah, not at the place, but you're actually there. You're like an inmate, and you got those endless, kind of sewery tunnel, and you just I would never know where to go. I would just, turn right where I can turn right or turn left where I can turn left, never knowing if I would go back to the same spot again, because it really seems to be like a maze, if you will. And it's kind of terrifying when you think about it.
Woo!
And he became enlightened.
Yes.
he did.
Look at that. Oh.
Can I have a moment with Bishop? I wish I would have the down part, but okay. So the thong is still good to go. Okay, I'm good. That's nasty, bro. Even if it's like an Android, it's so nasty.
It is. It's just kind of like, okay, I'll just stick this in here. I just wonder when all of a sudden, she
That's
became
the
such a technician so much that she knew how to rewire an android.
that's the scene I'm talking. Like he knew there was an egg. Like pay close attention, and it's pretty pretty much 100% obvious that he knew there was an egg on the ship.
Yeah, I still wonder if it isn't, like if you didn't like sync up with the there where it said, "Can you access the data?"
Yeah, but still, he knew. He knew. I think it's been a while since I've seen it, but like from the dialogue, what I picked up last time I watched it, if I'm not wrong, it sure seems like he was part of it, part of the whole thing with the egg, if you will.
This is
So,
great.
well, we'll see. Tell me what y'all think.
I think that was a waste of perfectly good plates.
True that.
Yeah.
At least it's not toilet paper though, because God knows we need toilet paper now.
Oh yeah. You see, it's how he's like connecting to the archives or whatever. That's where I always assumed he learned that there was an alien.
See,
Uh,
right here,
Yeah.
that's the line, Will. When he says it's very dark, it's almost like he's trying to cop out of that. He doesn't want to answer her,
Mm.
but she presses it.
all the way, all the way. So, it's, uh,
I don't know if that's enough to buy that he sabotaged, but it does cast a little bit of a weird shadow on him that doesn't exist in the. Because he's basically as good as it
does
comes
the
in
company
Alien.
know? You know,
Mm. I love this here that it's like the inmates they're putting the guy into a straitjacket.
of course, I'm sure my eyeball is like
Yeah.
almost dragging on the fucking table. So I don't know. It's the way he plays it, and like he has to be disconnected, like I heard and shit. Like, bitch, you were ripped in half and you were fine the whole thing. Like okay, we crashed. Maybe you got a little concussion or some shit, or uh, some artificial like tissue damage, but I don't know. I love to think that the bishop had that programming in itself, kind of like the other androids. Like we just didn't know with the bishop character in part two.
So he had the alien equivalent of Order 66 then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm. Well, it could be. I mean, I don't know.
Is he talking about me?
And the funny thing is, if he'd listened to her, you know,
Yeah, but
maybe.
they are used to liar and to manipulator and shit like that, I guess, because
Mhm.
everyone around them are basically pieces of shit. So
Mhm. And is generally unpleasant. Mhm.
Glenn, you mentioned American Werewolf.
Yeah.
This is the guy that tells the joke there in the pub at the beginning.
Oh yeah, yeah. The chucks out the Mexican.
oh
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, by the way, if I might say so myself, in my own humble opinion, I
Mhm.
think John Landis, when he did that pub scene, was inspired by the pub scene we see early on in the original Invisible Man.
Yeah. I
Very
believe that.
similar. Very similar.
To a certain level, I could say so, but it plays out really different though. I
Well,
mean,
yeah, because they're different films, but I mean,
I was about to say we should do Invisible Man in black and white. Fuck.
it's a great idea, Will. Let's get on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
clever,
Do
clever,
that thing, man.
clever one.
We'll make black and white even more black and white.
Yeah, but you know, a black and white print of the Invisible Man is pretty rare to come across.
I got it. I got a better idea. I got a better idea. Let's do
Do it in color.
no. Let's do the Wizard of Oz, but we'll invert the color scenes to black and white to color.
There you go.
Let's do Return to Oz.
Yeah.
I don't get why she doesn't trust him. She just can't level.
Mhm.
Again, would you trust that dude? I don't think I would. Vagina or not, I don't think I would.
Well, then again, he's not hasn't exactly leveled with her. She knows he's like a criminal, you know, but she doesn't know
But he
what he
will though.
did.
He'll
He,
tell her.
he does
He'll
eventually, yeah.
Maybe he's got a thing for bald-headed girls, bro, and
Yeah.
we don't know it. That scene is classic material. Classic material.
Yeah. I wonder why they've never done like an alien story. I don't know. Well, you've read more comics and like books than I have, Will, on it, but have they ever done something where people worship the aliens?
Oh yeah, absolutely, bro. Especially in the Whalen company, like they see it like kind of like Ash. Is it Ash in the android in the first one is Ash,
yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like Ash said, a perfect organism. Like they absolutely worship the shit out of the xenomorph species. Like you got some crazy fucking fanatics doing some like ritual and offering to. But I'll
See
tell
that
you more about it in the after talk of this show. Because if I go on, I'll go on for a while.
because I mean that's something in this movie that could have worked. They kind of hinted it with Golic, but you know,
Well, it's a
Yeah,
little bit. It's a little bit more than hinting with the assembly cut versus
he,
the theatrical.
that's true. That's
When
for
he
sure.
when he approaches the sealed area where they see. That's the part about this film being in through the assembly that amazes me is with the assembly cut, they catch that freaking thing
Yeah.
and they have it locked down. It's good. They won. They got it.
Yeah.
And the Gallic is kind of like the jack in the box that springs it out, which I think is just beautiful. I absolutely love how that works itself out in the assembly cut.
You know what it is? It works almost like, in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where the girl gets away and then gets taken back to the house.
I'm
like
sorry,
the
Glenn, but
opposite of that.
since we're on that scene specifically,
Yeah.
he's explaining who he is, basically what he did.
Yeah.
We should have gotten that way before this scene. We would have actually cared so much more about this character if he happened to have more interaction with Ripley before he gets killed or mauled or whatever you want.
Yeah.
Because you learn about this guy and he gets disposed of like right after it.
Yeah. It's one of those things. It's like the cop who comes out and says, like, I have a week till retirement. It's a complete death flag.
It's beautiful though, man. It's beautiful. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I love that.
I love that bending bed scene.
Oh, that's amazing. Such a great scene. I love it. I love the slow-mo aspect to it.
Yeah.
That was nasty, bro. Classic scene.
Yeah.
Again, the soundtrack kicking.
I mean, I get why it didn't kill her, but why didn't it kill Gallic?
That's the that's sort of the I don't know. It's all right. It allows Gallic to free it. It's maybe some sort of intuitive thing within the alien, and it just knows. Oh,
It's a
weird.
kindred spirit.
You know what's weird though is
Well, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, going back to that scene real quick. He tells her the story, and then he asks, do you still want me to, give you the shot? And she does put her arm to take the shot. So had he not been taken out, maybe she does drop the whole story on him.
Yeah, but I think the alien won't take a chance too, because as we clearly saw, the alien won't hurt Ripley because she's got the queen. She's got the queen in her chest, if you will, and he won't risk I think losing more time around Ripley for the sake of like protecting the embryo that resides inside her, because let's say he wastes time with uh, garlic, or like people can show up, shoot up, Ripley can end up being injured or some shit. He's got what he wanted, he eats. I think that's pretty much it. That's how I see it.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that the ball
How would,
dropped.
how would you not be just continually staring up into that hole, man?
Yeah.
You're mopping that.
I I love
Yeah.
the fact that someone told him, it's like, you know what, you better mop that up.
That's a terrible detail to be put on, man.
Yeah.
And if I'm correct, we actually see someone mopping this up further down the line. If I'm correct, if I remember correctly, we actually see someone mopping this mess up. So, what do you want in your alien sandwich? I'll take some garlic. But I wish we got to know more of the people we actually see in the present to in the original script, not the William Gibson one, the novel one, but in the novel, from what I read online, you actually get to know some prisoners way more better. Like there are some cliques, planning to rape Ripley. There are some cliques planning to get Ripley to actually because somehow they get a hold of the information that she's carrying a queen and they want her to well kind of give birth, if you will, and stories like that. That's what I read on the internet. I can confirm if it's like 100% legit because I never read the novel, but apparently the novel really takes us deeper into that, to into each and every one of those prisoners. Who the fuck is called Morse, bro? Like we in
See, that
the
guy right
one
there,
thing
man, I don't trust.
one thing I can remember from the the novel synopsis, the difference between this film and the novel is the fact that Morse apparently killed his family or some shit. So
Ah.
that's the kind of thing you never get to to know about in this film. So
Mm.
so far, what do you enjoy about this film, especially this cut of it? What do you enjoy most?
Everything. It's awesome. It addresses the problems that the theatrical had, and I
I
love
th-
that.
yeah, I think so too. Overall, bro, this film is slow, but it's well paced enough to be slow, if you will. It doesn't drag. It's a slow burn. It could be even slower with more character developments, and I wouldn't even mind it really.
Hmm.
And I love the setting. I love the set designs are amazing. They're so reminiscent of, especially in some later scenes that we still have to see, but so reminiscent of Alien One. And I don't know, man. I just love it. That cut of the film, the theatrical one, not so much. Uh, it, it's uh, it's just a superior version or vision of Alien 3, I think.
Yeah, it really is.
What about you, Rob?
Easy, without a doubt. Um, I see, I mean, I see this almost, especially in black and white. I see this in its own unique way on an equal footing with both Alien and Aliens.
But by equal footing, are you
In
saying
its own
it's?
weird way. It's I don't see it as a lesser film that a lot of other people see. I see.
I think it's way. The Alien One and Two are way superior
Mm.
for sure. To say on the same step, I
I just
wouldn't
mean
go that far,
in
but
its own weird way. If you don't have a grander vision of where to take, you know, the second film forward, this seems pretty as plausible is where these characters could have ended up realistically.
Mm.
yeah, but technically and even story wise, do you see this film to be on the same step as Aliens and Alien? Like continuity wise with
Well, on a
what
technical
they
level,
went and
no,
shit.
but just as a film, I think Resurrection is a whole lot further down the ladder
Mm.
than even this
Oh,
one.
absolutely, for sure, but
Way. I mean, there's the drop off. I don't see from Aliens to Alien 3, at least the assembly cut, and now as we're watching the black and white, I don't see it as near the drop off that I see Resurrection is from Alien 3, and then obviously the other two.
I think it's still a drop. I
Oh
think
yeah, it's
quality
a minor.
wise and I think like don't get me wrong, Alien wise, that's my third favorite. Uh, but I don't. Let's say Alien was a 10 out of 10. Aliens was like a 9.5 out of 10. Well, this film scores like a 7.
Oh, I don't. I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, that's a bit low.
That's a
Oh
drop.
yeah.
Oh
I'd
yeah.
put this at the assembly cut of this. I'd put it an 8. I'd put Alien and Aliens at 10, this at 8, and Alien Resurrection at like a 3.
Yeah, I would be
Uh,
almost willing to go 8, somewhere around an 8.5 to a 9.
but you know what? That's the kind of film. We'll get to our rating afterwards. But I gotta say,
Yeah.
this film, rewatchability wise, really, like especially what we are watching now, the assembly cut, and especially in black and white because it looks super good. Uh, Rewatchability wise, it's about a 9.
Oh, definitely. I mean, this is just gorgeous.
Oh, this is my preferred way to watch this movie now.
Mm. Oh, I love that. Just to see the alien looking down the pipe.
Yeah, you're good to go. Are you? The soundtrack is haunting. I love it.
Yeah, it's damn cool.
This is beautiful, man. What a shot.
Oh yeah.
Boom.
I love the slow motion there.
Ah,
That's since we're watching it in black and white. I gotta say that scene is I think is the worst you can get. It's too clear, you know. It's super clear. You don't see as much as you would if it was in color.
Yeah.
Still looks good though, but
Yeah.
it's super clear. You can see it wasn't meant to be in black and white. It's super clear.
Yeah. The thing is, again, it's the same kind of like with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. If this had been properly made black and white, you'd see everything, and everything would be good. It's the fact that we're kind of like artificially making it black and white,
Yeah.
is kind of what I don't want to
And
say
it's part
messes
of
it
the
up.
game too. It's part of why we are doing this.
Oh yeah. So that
Hey,
hopefully somebody in the future will be like, you know what?
hey, y'all just gave me an idea.
Yeah.
When we reach our 10th film that we've done like this,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to do a special little roundtable discussion of ranking the 10 films in how we saw them in black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah, but problem is I didn't see all of them, so I'll have a lot of watch to do. But you know what?
Yep.
I'll do it. I'll do it because I enjoy seeing films in that format, even if I'm not doing commentary. So just do a list for me, Rob, of what y'all watched in black and white, and I'll do it for sure. And
Well, I already have it in my letterbox. I'll just link you,
okay, cool.
Yeah.
And we will do it. We will do it for sure. I'm down.
and you'll have all the links embedded in there too once um, our better part has them uploaded to YouTube. God, this music's great.
It
Oh,
is.
yeah, that looks
Woo!
bad though.
Hmm.
Those shots I can't stand.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. There's some
And it's
very
such a good scene, but the effects on the xenomorph ruins it for me. Really
yeah, they're very
clumsy.
yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? You're right. You're right. But it's the entrance of how this plays out in the assembly that is so far superior to the theatrical.
Oh yeah,
The
oh yeah,
fact
for
that
sure.
they freaking caught this thing and how it gets out, I think it's beautiful.
But that whole segment was in the theatrical cut too.
Was it?
But they didn't catch it.
I think so.
No, they didn't catch it. It's still running loose. That's how it gets loose. It remains loose because this attempt fails.
Are you sure about
But in
that?
the assembly, they catch it, and Garlic will let it loose. So then it becomes a problem again.
Mm. Glenn, can you
I'm
check it
almost
real
I'm
quick?
almost positive in the theatrical,
I'll
the
take a look.
the failure to catch it allows it to remain loose.
No, but it was from what I remember of the. It's been years since I saw the theatrical cut, but it plays out exactly like it did. But at some point, the alien gets stuck somewhere else, and that's where uh, someone let it loose. From what I remember.
Hold on here.
I'm not saying y'all wrong, but I'm pretty sure we see this in the theatrical cut. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
see in
I'm checking right now, so
on the Wiki page, uh,
No, go to movie censorship. Movie censorship, you'll see every difference.
yeah, that's what I'm on here. Uh,
If it's not there, it's because
see,
it's in the theatrical cut.
well,
no, it looks to be
can I
here. New scene, yeah.
Just say this here?
Mhm.
In the plot structure in Wicca for the regular theatrical, it says Ripley rallies the inmates and proposes a pour flammable toxic waste into the ventilation system and ignite it to flush out the extraterrestrial.
Yeah,
However,
but that's the second try.
however, its intervention causes a premature explosion and several inmates are killed. With Aaron's help, Ripley scans herself. So it's still loose
Yeah,
in
it
the
looks like
theatrical.
this is a new scene according to movie censorship.
What does it say?
Uh, it says here, well, new scene, uh, and another explosion. Suddenly the
Okay,
alien jumps
but that
between
scene
them.
still
Junior tries
plays
to run
out.
off.
But there's no new footage. That's what I mean.
No, no, I mean that whole scene is new.
Okay, but what does it say?
It's let's see. It looks like, yeah, you don't see it get caught until later on.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Because there's that
interesting.
part at the end where they're dropping molten metal on it
Yeah.
when it's trapped there. Yeah,
Interesting, interesting. I thought it was
yeah.
in the theatrical cut. I was sure it wasn't.
That's what makes it so much better because Galik's part gets elevated to a whole new level because they still even with its intervention they still are able to catch it and they have it locked down. It's done. It's over with. They're good to go until
Mhm,
Galik sets it loose. Then their problems
mhm.
are set loose again. See right here. That is the plot twist in this movie that makes it so much better than the theatrical.
Mm.
It's the fact they actually have this thing locked down and they're safe.
Bro, I'm amazed that I was so convinced that it was in the theatrical cut because I mean, like I said, the theatrical cut I haven't watched for years, years. I mean, I always went with the assembly cut because I don't know, dude. I just like with the since the Alien quadrilogy DVD set came out. So like I said, rewind 2004 or some shit, like 2004 till well 2020 because for sure I'm gonna revisit the theatrical cut soon enough. But I always went with the assembly cut, and I was always convinced that this whole segment was in the theatrical cut. So that makes it even better.
Mhm.
I love
But
this.
thanks, thank you for for that. I mean, that's why we do commentary. I mean, I just won't be back with y'all. That's it.
I love this, man. This is so freaking cool. It's like who's the real monster here, man?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry. I love that. Bro, I was so convinced this was in the theatrical cut. I'm amazed. Really, I'm in awe of how uh, as much as I love the assembly cut, I love it even more seeing it in black and white and knowing that it really does it for me.
I love that. I love how he just sort of creeps in there.
Yeah.
Did you notice how reminiscent of Alien One this shot was, with just the glare, the light, just highlighting the eyes?
Oh yeah.
Did you notice how reminiscent of what's his name? Um, that scene where that dude with the cat and the Xeno is
Yeah.
hang,
I can never remember that guy's name.
but it's basically the same shot, just a line like just highlighting the eyes and the rest is dark. Such a
Mm,
good nod to the original one.
yeah.
Did you catch that, Rob?
No, I don't think so.
But you know what I'm talking about, Glenn?
Yeah. Yeah. It mirrors it quite well.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
A little problem.
Yeah, we got a teeny weeny problem. Oh.
No biggie.
Yeah, I just got a loose alien.
How do they know it's him, though?
Um, i- isn't he dead in there?
No, it's just no corpse, nothing. Just the guy that was guarding the door who got his like
Well,
throat
I think
slit.
up to this point, he's already has an obsession with it, which is quite.
Yeah, but how can they assume that's the dude?
I think it's a pretty well safe assumption. But I tell you what would be cool though. It's almost too bad as an extension of this whole idea that they didn't keep Garlic alive to play some bigger part towards the end, just to make this whole thing even that much more weirder.
Yeah.
Like he kind of like not in a really weird way, but kind of shared some sort of symbiotic
The link.
some weird link that the only way you could play it off that would be really not that would be good is if neither him nor the alien even understood that link. It was just a link. And
Yeah.
it just worked itself out towards the end in a weird way.
That could work, yeah.
So
Sort
aliens are psychics then.
sort of how the relationship is with the ring and the Lord of the Rings, and the relationship it has with the people around it, even though the people don't understand that relationship.
Hmm.
It's able to guide
I
things.
think that's kind of pushing it
Well,
though. I
I'm
think
just, it's just a loose, it's just a loose.
comparison.
Uh, I just like Garlic. I think he could have, his role could have continued as a result of this
But
introduction.
to say that the same kind of thing as the ring and the
Oh, I'm
lords,
not saying the same. I'm just, there's some hidden link of cooperation that neither understand that enables the two to maybe carry on towards some sort of end
goal.
goal or end that's different than what we ultimately get. It just could have been played
Maybe,
off.
maybe,
It could have
yeah.
been played off pretty cool, with a bit of good writing.
But it could be. I mean, there's so much things in Alien 3 that you can find yourself, basically asking yourself question like there's an opening for self explanation, and I think it's great. I think it's cool.
Mm.
Oh, the sound when that's the most beautiful soundtrack cue in all of the Aliens film. I mean, hate me all you want, but when she looks at the screen, when she turns and looks at the screen, the musical cue that unfolds is superb.
Mhm.
It's amazing. One thing that I do respect about
Mhm.
this film too is that it expands on the xenomorph life cycle. That a queen takes way more time to develop inside a host or shit like that. I really
Mhm.
do appreciate it.
Yeah, and I mean it makes sense too.
Yeah, here comes that musical cue. You'll see.
Mhm.
See, some of these images are much more clear in black and white than they are in color.
There you go. There you go.
Like I don't remember seeing that alien queen as clear as we are right now in color. That's perfect. That's like
Mhm.
you see exactly what it is that she's seeing.
Oh yeah.
I just don't seem to remember seeing it quite like that in color.
It's all blue, bluish. It's more. I think the alien kind of fades more into that blue background color palettes of the screening that she looks at. Then we see it much better in black and white because it's kind of more like crystal clear, like well, basically black and white, you know.
Mhm. Mhm.
Just like game on, man.
Bro, I got an axe. Will you shut the fuck up and do what I say?
I think we're gonna stab him to death. It's like, well, why not?
I don't think any of them understand that it's got acid for
Acid as blood.
blood.
Yeah,
They're in for a big awakening if they actually get an axe into it.
yeah. Is that even actually covered in this movie?
Nope. Well, in the beginning, because
Oh
the
yeah, it's
the
in the beginning.
facehugger
Yeah.
like legit like uh I think deliberate deliberately, is that how you say it?
Yep. Yep.
Deliberate deliberately cuts himself up to get into the the stasis pod. So I think that's the only moment it's implied that his the aliens got. And it's not even the aliens, the facehugger, but that those creatures got acid for blood.
Yeah.
And don't you think that's kind of stupid? But don't you think that's one thing Ripley should have told him? Like, fuck your exes, you're gonna die. You know?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's one thing I always liked in Resurrection. I don't like much in Resurrection, but I like the fact that, that part where they're all like they have like all essentially the pet aliens
Yeah.
and like a bunch of them take another one out
To
simply
escape
yeah,
and
they like
reproduce and
yeah,
do their things.
yeah, it's like we're going to kill this one and use it to essentially make an escape route. I love that.
Perfect organism, bro.
Oh yeah.
Literally.
See, this guy's way too gullible, man. Way too naive. Way too gullible.
He is.
He's just thinking about himself and.
That doesn't make sense too. I've got a wife. I've got a kid. You don't even know because from the get go, it's been from what they say they are super far away from Earth, is if Earth is still a thing. That dude is like, oh, next trimester or some shit, I'm gonna get out, or some things like that. Well,
Yeah.
you're gonna get out, but I mean, by the simple fact that you are willing to let that shit unfold. Well, no, I mean, yeah, because the Wayland industry are assholes, so of course they are gonna let him do what he's gonna do, but it's still like you don't even know, because from the get go, no communication, no weapons, no nothing. Like, bro, your family moved on. Like,
Yeah.
you won't see your family again. You got an
You know,
alien on the run. You have like 98% chance of dying. Can't you do your part, please?
you know what?
Yeah.
You know what would have been an interesting twist in this film if
Mhm.
they would have played off of Ridley Scott's whole thought process that this is a shared universe with Blade Runner,
Yeah.
and if
Apparently
they
it is.
and if they
Mm.
would have if they would have like this planet at once was inhabited by say thousands of replicants who were there to do all the hard heavy lifting, all the work, but when this became a prison colony, and they took most of the workers out of there, there was maybe one or two left behind, and they could have played a really interesting role in terms of them being their best chance to actually deal with this alien.
Can I confess
Yeah.
something to y'all?
Please don't say you've never seen Blade Runner.
No, no,
Please,
no, no,
please,
no,
please.
no, no. I've seen Blade Runners.
Oh, thank God.
But yeah, they did. What an asshole! What an asshole! But they did a whole.
Look at
NECA did a
that.
whole figure line of characters and shit,
Mhm.
and I pre-ordered like all of them. But there were supposed to be a figure of that guy that we just saw,
Of
and they never made it, and that was the one I didn't pre-order. They ended up like scrapping the concept for it. But that was the one I ignored. I hate this dude.
Oh man, that's funny.
What do you think, Glenn?
What about
This film could have been the actual bridge, the
Oh
Blade
yeah,
Runner Alien crossover.
it
Do
really
we
could.
need a bridge? They can coexist without a bridge. Easy.
Well, the bridge has already happened in um
Runner
yeah
249. Is
yeah
that 249? 2049?
2049, yeah.
2049.
Yeah.
There's an engineer in there somewhere.
Is there?
Yeah.
Apparently, yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't remember that.
And some stasis capsule or some shit.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that an
Yeah,
Is that an Easter egg that is told through via commentary, or
No,
I
it's not.
it's
It's not
just
talked about in the commentary. It's just fans that spotted
it's
it.
just
But once you spot it, it's obvious that it's an engineer.
yeah.
really?
Yeah. I dig the idea that it's a shared universe. On your 20.
That's so Giger-esque. That scene. That it shows that Giger was around. That it's really Alien One type of you know set pieces. I love it. I really do.
Yeah.
That scene is so cool. I love it.
Oh, it
Yeah.
is. It's absolutely beautiful.
Look at the walls.
Oh yeah. If you check the messenger, I just sent a thing about you know, the engineer in Blade Runner. It's got a picture.
I may have to go back and revisit that sometime.
Mm.
Never understood that. She hallucinates the Xeno, or
I think she just, the light's playing tricks on her eyes, and she thinks that's it.
that's again so reminiscent of that. You know that scene in Alien One where the alien hides in the escape pods among the
Yeah,
ventilation tubes and shit. Like so reminiscent. I love it.
yeah,
I wish we would have got to see what unfolded down there with the alien.
yeah.
Did he just ran away? Did she run away?
I think it probably got up, like looked at her and and everything, and then just walked away.
Well, if why why didn't she try and kill him, or you know?
What could she do? She had a stick.
Well, I would try to do. Well, at this point, I would try whatever I could. You know,
Maybe she was
no
just
gun,
reckoning
no
it.
shit. You know.
Maybe she was just reckoning it like a test. Maybe she did attack it, and maybe it wouldn't fight back.
Mm.
That's pretty cool, Glenn.
Mm.
I was just looking at that you sent.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome.
I need to go back and rewatch that.
That's a good movie. I mean,
It is.
Uh,
it's not as good as the original, but
I just
looks
don't
good.
recognize the from the get go Blade Runner. I'll keep that for after we finish this commentary. But
Yeah.
there's just we'll take like a deeper dive into it. But the grim feeling of the first one is nowhere to be seen in the sequel, I think.
Mm. Well, I mean, how much longer is it supposed to be set in the future of the first one? Isn't it supposed to be
I don't think
like
we even know.
I think it's supposed to be like, a good amount of time, like 20 or 30 years.
I was even thinking 40, maybe
Yeah, so,
30.
I don't know.
Anyway, we'll keep that for the
Oh yeah.
after show.
Yeah, you know what? Just looking at this scene and everything, I don't know why this popped into my head, but I just thought of it. Uh,
I
could
would
you
rape
could
her.
No, I was just thinking, could you imagine an alien film set in ancient Japan? And
that
that was the
that
reason why they killed themselves by cutting open their gut.
that would be super interesting.
It
But
would. It,
you
I,
know,
you know.
but you know what?
Hmm.
It exists.
Does it?
Yeah, Aliens. It's a comic book series. Aliens. I don't remember the title, but it's basically ninja against the aliens.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a Dark Horse line. It's been a long, long time since I've read it. I sold my comics, so I can't remember how it's called. But let me take a look online. I'll find it for you. But yeah, the aliens. Actually, I don't know if it's set. I don't remember if it's set in ancient Japan though. But
Yeah.
I know that it's basically ninja against Xenos.
How did those
That's
glasses
kind of
not
cool.
fall off his head?
Glue. I think he just glued them up there. Yeah, I just think it would be so neat if if the idea is like that would be the reason why, samurai committed seppuku. It was the idea that, you take out the alien at the same time.
I'm talking about killing that thing, motherfucker.
I love that he's drinking a Coca-Cola, and they, that little bit of product placement.
Music of the Spears. That's it.
Ah, okay, cool.
I'll send it on the messenger chat. But yeah, pretty good comic line. I mean, but
That's the sort of thing I
I
think
don't think it's set in old Japan though. But you
Mm,
still have most of it takes place in Japan with some ninja shit and
that's cool.
ninja hierarchy and shit. I just sent the.
Oh, cool. That would be awesome.
It is. It's not bad at all, but it's a limited run. I think only 4 issues.
Oh,
But
so it's probably a graphic novel of it then, right?
yeah, it's compiled in the Aliens Omnibus that goes for like
Oh,
$30. So
that's not bad. Cool. I'd just like to see someone try kung fu on an alien. I mean, we've seen it done on Michael Myers, and it
I was
seems to
just
work.
thinking, we don't need a resurrection.
Yes, like some person has developed a kung fu system based on the aliens' fighting techniques. Hmm. Why did they use the word crud? It's like they think we're crud. It's like
what's a crud though?
crud just means
Pizza
like
crab.
yeah, like crap shit, like just dirt.
Huh.
I mean, why that particular word did they choose?
I think it kind of. I
It's
think it
not
just kind
used
of.
often, right?
I no.
No.
And I think it kind of fits the setting a little bit more. That
Hmm. We're all gonna die.
The
and you know
dialogue
what?
in this film
And you
is
know,
so
Glenn,
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
she might be playing towards their newfound religious things that they're clinging to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically the way I see it is like kind of a redemption, if you will. It's
Yeah.
like the force of good that even if it's how can I say it? It's kind of we are forgiving those characters because they represent the light versus the dark versus the devil that is
Yeah.
alien, even if they are shitty people. I think it's kind of an
Oh,
intended as being like uh, you can do bad shit, but still
Yeah.
maybe you can be redeemed and fight for greater goods or whatever.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think you're right. Well, you got a collective of people that are aspiring, regardless of where they've come from. They're aspiring for
Greater
something
good, yeah.
for something good, and that is what lacks with the company. The company could care less.
Yeah, absolutely. 'Cause it's ruled by money and greed is one of the main how do you not sins? Is it sins? Yeah, the one of the
Could
main.
be. Yeah.
And that's the interesting component to this, because it's the question that's been asked ever since the first Alien. Who or what is the greater monster? Is it the alien or the corporation trying to get its hands on it?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that by with this film you see that even if these people are pieces of shit, they can still do good if they are willing to just survive and save one another, if you will. But again, like I said earlier, I wish we would have gotten to know more of those people, but by knowing less, I think it kind of helps us ruling for him. Because let's say one of them like rape that was a serial child rapist, I don't think we would rule for him. You
No.
know?
Well, apparently some of them are, according to
Yeah, some of them
the
are, but
guys.
it's
So
but what? Yeah, but we still don't know who did what or some shit. But it's still it's just people trying to even if they are so selfish and well not really selfish but so desperate and so especially the way we are introduced to them to those people like being rapists evil murderers and shit and just it's just a force of nature. I think that's kind of weird to say, but the alien is kind of a force of nature trying to punish him for their sins, but they are trying to do the right thing by just proving they can be good too. That's how I see it. It's kind of weird to say, but I spent a good amount of time and not just researching this film and trying to find like an innuendo to the final act of this film, and that's how I see it. That's how I see it.
I just love this when it goes up on like the walls and the ceiling and it's running there and everything.
But what do you think about what I said, Rob?
I think there's a lot there to think on for sure. That's the beauty of this movie. The more we talk, the more we watch, it's my admiration for it just increases.
Mm,
And the Christian and the whole belief in a superior being, the whole fact of being redeemed or the pardon
mm,
is present like from the get go. They are super into like Christianity or whatever it is. They are just they want to be redeemed and to get it like that devil that punishment like laid upon us just makes him do good things like they wouldn't have done without that dragon or devil
mm.
preying on him.
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe I'm looking too deep into it, but that's
I
how I
don't think
see
so.
it.
So
Mm.
You don't think they are like looking for redemption and
no,
shit?
no, 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 no. I don't think you're looking too deep. Is what I was saying.
Oh, okay, okay.
Look how that looks. Oh, that looks beautiful.
Mm. I like how
And
they used the same type of ship that Sulaco was, just so they could, you
yeah,
know,
but it's a company ship. It's a whaling ship. So.
yeah. I just dig it because when they were making the movie, they were like, well, we still have this model.
And
Let's
what do
make
you
this the ship.
well, just to close on with that whole belief segment, when you
Mm,
think about it, like the fact that Ripley ended up on this planet, it's kind of um, how can it plays out as the temptation for him. You know,
hmm
that's really how I see it. That's how I see it.
mm,
And some didn't uh, um, give up or give to that temptation. Give up or
yeah.
give in to that temptation. Give in to that. There's a woman I can take advantage of her, if you will.
Whoa.
And I'm not a Christian guy at all, but it's plain obvious in my eyes. I know, I know enough about the Bible and all that shit to say that I really see this kind of thing in this film. Really.
Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, it's the sort of
But never,
plot line.
never have I heard in any commentaries or some shit that it was intended as what I just said. So it's kind of weird.
I would think we'd need a commentary by the like writer,
Yeah.
more so like that than the director or anyone.
Who does provide the commentary on this, Blue?
I I
A
don't know.
whole lot of people.
I think it's one of those
The
the
screenwriter does. If I'm not wrong, I think the screenwriter does. You got actors commentary, of course.
yeah.
I don't think we got a David Fincher commentary though. If we do, I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm just checking right now, see if I can see anything. Not that I can see.
The outside shots look so good in black and white. It's amazing.
They do. They just pop. That's what I need right there.
Whoa!
Alien 3. Uh, Commentary, cinematographer, editor, alien
Maybe it's
effects designer,
cinematographer. Maybe it's not screenwriter. Maybe it's cinematographer.
cinematographer, BSC. I don't know what that is. Editor, alien effects designers, visual effects producers, ASC, and actors Paul McGann and Lance Henriksen. I get the idea. I haven't listened to the commentary on this in like a hell of a long time, but I think it's like the one on Aliens, where it's like a composite commentary.
Yeah, I think so. On the special edition, for the
Yeah.
special edition,
Yeah, where they just throw together like
a bunch of like archive interviews.
yeah, and they put it as if it's a commentary.
Yeah.
I don't like that. That's not a commentary.
No, and there's one for Alien 2 that's basically copy and paste. Not the one with Ridley Scott. This one is amazing, but there's one for Alien that was made back with the 20th Century Fox DVD.
Mm,
That was basically copy and paste of some interviews.
yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like I said, that's not a commentary. That's just interviews played over the movie.
I think
Yeah.
that's how the commentary runs on Friday the 13th Part 7 with Beekler and a couple others.
Yeah.
And I hate that. I really hate that.
Yeah,
Well,
well, I
I
mean,
hate Part 7 to begin with, so.
Ouch, look at all that blood.
hmm.
Man, Will, don't hurt my feelings like that.
Oh,
Oh no, are you telling me you're a fan of Part
I
7,
am
bro?
a fan of Part 7, man. Beekler did a good job on that in terms of the effects and how Jason looks. The whole
Uh,
idea of him and the psychic is intriguing, at least. I don't think it's ever played out as well as it could have been, but
okay, so Jason looks good.
he looks the best.
Let me put it straight, bro. Kane Hodder sucks.
Stop it.
oh man, he's gonna
No,
choke
bro.
you. He's gonna find you and choke you.
Gosh.
No,
Kane was great as Jason, as the undead like creature Jason.
no.
Hmm.
We'll keep it for the after show, but no.
Hmm.
Uh, Kane Hodder is overrated as fuck. Are you crying, Rob?
No, I'm enjoying this movie. What are you doing?
Oh. Hmm. What's it doing to him?
You know, that's the thing. We've never actually seen an alien eat its prey. The,
No.
it's
I
always we always view it from angles and distances that just make it seem really, I don't know.
yeah.
Let me put it straight. Then we'll talk about it after the show. But the best Jason is Steve Dash, bro.
Why are you still on this, Will?
Because
We've moved on, man. We're watching the movie. What are you doing?
I don't know.
We
I
got a
would just keep
commentary to finish up here.
I was just keeping my thoughts, but I had to say it.
You're about as obsessed with this as you are with a certain individual you keep on copying and pasting stuff.
Oh yeah, because that dude is crazy as fuck, bro. That dude needs to see Alien 3, bro. He needs redemption.
Oh man.
Good old Dusty. Oops, did I say a name on the commentary? I'm
Yep.
sorry.
No
My dog
worry.
don't listen to this anyway, so I'll say this right now. Since I brought it up earlier, if I had to just go off, and I know Will, you like to do this kind of thing. If I just had to go off on a limb and just say, I would say this so far in the movies that we've watched, this is easily in the top three of best viewed in black and white.
Yeah,
I think I
I agree with
enjoyed
that.
TCM more, a little
That was
more.
great. That was great.
I think I did enjoy TCM a little more than this one.
I'm
But
throwing it
still,
down for stage fright.
Oh, that was so great. That was.
I need to see it in black and white. If we do a show like we said, like just discussing what's like a top 10, if you will, I need to see it. But uh, there was something about TCM. TCM is like a grainy, um, raw film to begin with. So
Who vouched for that from the beginning, man? I told y'all. I told
Yeah.
you.
true,
But you
true.
know what made that fun though? It made it fun that Don was at one end of the spectrum at the beginning of it and was at the other end of it at
Oh,
the end. And
absolutely.
that was
Mhm.
what really validated it.
Oh, absolutely. Like by the end, it was like, next time I'm watching this film, it's in black and white. Don, if you're listening to that, we miss you. We want you back.
Oh, this looks so great. I love it when we situations where, there's nothing else you can do but take something on head on.
Mhm.
Like what's his name in the gray?
Oh yeah. Um,
Yeah, I love
Liam
that, man.
Neeson, yeah, with them wolves.
Oh, The Gray. Yeah, that was a good film.
Yeah,
So much
that's
better
one that
than
could be
Open Water.
interesting
I
in
hate how
black
that
and white.
begins.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
open water's kind of.
I hate how that ends. It's the reverse
Uh,
opposite.
Is, isn't it the Gray? To finish on The Gray, isn't isn't like the ending like you don't know who wins?
You don't, but then there's an after credit scene that kind of essentially, the wolf's
Soundtrack
there, and
kicking.
then yeah, yeah, there's an
Soundtrack
after.
is amazing.
It is. I wonder, has this been released on vinyl?
That's a good question. I know I own the cassette. I own it on cassette, but on vinyl, I don't know.
I'm gonna take a look. I mean, because
I own
this is a
Aliens
store.
on vinyl, but I never came across.
Whoa!
Alien 3. Soundtrack. There we go. Elliot Goldenthal.
That ending really got you on the edge of your seat. I remember seeing it for the first time.
Yeah, no, there's no vinyl release,
Oh
unfortunately.
no?
No, that's a damn shame because, you know,
I love this. This is so great. Oh, look how it looks in black and white.
oh,
Oh, that looks so freaking amazing. I wish it would have just. I wish that scene would have been extended by like 10, 15 more seconds.
yeah.
The aliens screaming and shit.
Yeah, I just thought the effect looked really good.
Mhm.
The water hitting it, and
There's one major flaw I got going on with this film. One con
Mhm.
is the fact that you don't see the queen chest burster coming out of Ripley when she basically kills herself.
Don't ya? I always thought you did.
No, in the theatrical you do, not in the assembly cut.
Really?
Yep.
curious to see this.
Wow. Yeah, I always thought it was in this.
Nope. It's not just the theatrical cut. You see the actual chest burster with the little crest thing
Look at man,
going.
she looks like she's been in such a war
Mhm.
with the
Well,
rest of them.
she
Oh,
she she was too. I mean, it's a good character study too. I think you learn more about how Ripley normally acts,
Mhm.
or uh, well, not normally acts, but um, without a constant threat, because you kind of see she knows she won't be harmed by this creature, and it
Mhm.
shows the way she acts and she talks, and I love that.
Mhm.
She seems more relaxed than what we see for, say, an Alien or Aliens.
Yeah.
she's come to terms probably with.
Well, especially by the end. I mean,
I guess there's the $1 million question. If she would have just given herself up, would they in fact have allowed her to live as they said they would?
oh no, I don't think so.
I think they'd have let her live, but I think it would be like then
You
they'd all
you
of a sudden
you
have a
go
new wonderful new
you go
bioweapon, you know?
you go back to Earth. We'll handle it.
Yeah,
If
pretty
it
much.
was
That would be it.
if they would not dispose of her, it would be like, we want you out of anything going on with Xenos, so we
Yeah.
can do shit without you interfering, if you will. So
Mhm. Mhm.
I remember being angry though. The first time I saw Alien 3, which was a theatrical cut,
Mhm.
to see her dying, because I love the Ripley character so much, and to see her go, well, not it's not in any disposable or throwaway moment, but still to see her go, you know,
Mm.
is he a cyborg or not? You think? Because a metal bar to the top of your head. That's one question. You never know if he is actually a cyborg. Well, there's
I don't think
blood.
so. Look
It's
at that
not white.
reaction and stuff.
uh, well, I'm pretty sure that's blood, isn't it? It's not
Yeah,
the
it's
white, the white
yeah,
kind.
it's yeah, but still,
But
maybe it's a
here's
new
here's the
generation. Or
here's the real question though: is he human or is he a replicant?
is he a reptilian?
Yeah, I love the fact his ears hanging off. Just kind of flopping around and. Yeah, I always thought, the ending seemed very,
Rushed.
well, not even rushed. It just felt
It's
like
still powerful though, but
it is, but
See, I'll
what?
tell you what. I'll tell you what undercuts it, man, is Alien Resurrection. The fact they brought her back. If
Yeah,
if you just let her be dead, this ending, you know, is
oh, the soundtrack again kicking in.
what I want to know is how they thought they could clone her after, she jumped into like a vat of molten whatever that is.
But you see, no alien queen
yeah.
coming out.
Yeah, that's kind of a missed opportunity. Yeah, I mean, look, that's what she fell into. These giant cooker things. You
Did they
can't tell
even?
me there'd be anything left of her.
I was gonna say, did they try to explain where they retrieved the blood sample?
No, it's
But
just,
no, it's
it.
just that we got a hold of a DNA, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, so yeah, where did they get the DNA? You gotta love it. He's the one survivor for all the good it's gonna do him.
I,
What
I,
what what could have worked right here is if you just had like another like you know f- face hugger just crawl out from somewhere at this point.
now I tell you, the missed opportunity
Hmm.
was. I'm like, how many years are there between this and when Resurrection comes out?
I think it's something like 400 years or something.
No, no, no. I mean just
Oh, you
the
mean like
films.
actual? Okay.
Yeah.
92, this film came out, and Alien Resurrection was what, 97?
I'm taking a look right now. Yeah, 97.
Okay. It's too bad. It's too bad that when this film comes to an end, if a year or two after, whatever, if Ridley doesn't come back on at this point and with no real conception to go backwards, but takes it off into a distant place that somehow, in a weird way, makes it all seem to make sense from his initial original intent.
Yeah.
Because I think Resurrection really undercuts, a lot of, well, the end for one thing. I mean, the ending
Mm,
doesn't mean a whole lot anymore because you bring her back.
yeah.
It's what you see a lot these days. It's
The sacrifice was
this
kind of
desire to,
useless too. It seems to
yeah.
be
Hmm.
useless since they managed to bring her back, and the Xenos are now being engineered I'm sorry, but are now being engineered by the Whalen Corporation, which is exactly what she was trying to avoid by killing herself. So it kind of really makes the sacrifice useless. Kind of like Star Wars with the Vader sacrifice. It's the kind of same situation.
Or
Yeah.
perhaps I could think of two endings that are, or at least were, still are, I think, considered two of the greatest endings in horror cinematic history that get totally undercut by what comes after, and that is the original Halloween 2,
Hmm.
which is a huge exclamation mark on two characters that are killed, they're dead, they're gone,
Yep.
yet resurrected, for a further franchise. And then I hate saying this, I really hate it, but despite his intention, his good intention, if they were, Rob Zombie undercut perhaps what is maybe the greatest ending ever in a movie with the end of The Devil's Rejects and
Yeah.
stepping off
It's
into
true.
Three from Hell. I mean, set his good intentions off to the side. I mean, you had one of the greatest endings, and now it's not the same anymore because they lived
Yeah.
through it.
Yeah, it kind of retcons
I
what
I
he
still
he
think
achieved with the Devil's Reject.
they could have gone a different way. What they should have done is, how like The Devil's Rejects was a very different movie from House of a Thousand Corpses. You know, like one was like your kind of like splattery, like, fun. The other was like your hard boiled like crime type thing. They should have gone in a completely different direction. They should have linked it in to, like, I don't know, the Lords of Salem storyline or something, or they should have brought back in Dr. Satan to bring them back to life or something.
We'll
You know?
continue on that after, but
Yeah.
we gotta close this commentary by saying
Yeah.
our rating.
Oh
So,
yeah.
like I said, for me, it's about a 7 out of 10.
Hmm.
It's got its flaws, it's got its good side, but it's nowhere as good as Aliens and Alien are.
Yeah.
I can respect what they were trying to do, what they were trying to achieve,
Hmm.
but some special effects wise, especially toward the end, is super awful. But again, it gets redeemed by the whole concept of it. The soundtrack too. Like I said, that soundtrack is magnificent. It just flesh out every scenes so well, and it's kind of cool, and especially if you I think it's the kind of film like Rob, you said so well earlier. It's the kind of film the more you see, the more you enjoy, and I think it's true. I think
Hmm.
it really is true, and especially trying different stuff, seeing it in black and white, or well, by trying different stuff. I'm not saying I would watch this film in slow motion from get go to the ending, but just trying something different with it really did something for me. Um, Alien 3, it's just like I said. I wish they went with the some other like screenplay they had or script and shit.
Hmm.
But still, it is what it is. We have what we have, and I'm glad we got that cut of the film. So for me, it's a 7 out of 10. Rewatchability, it's a solid 8. I was at a hate at an 8 before we watched this in black and white,
Hmm.
and I'd say, having seen it in black and white, I'm like at nearly a 9. I'm like at an 8.6 or point 0.7 or some shit.
Yeah.
Uh, by your rant, it's Alien. You gotta have this for sure. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's my rant on Alien 3.
For me, it's an 8 out of 10. Rewatchability is 9 out of 10, and
God
buy or
damn.
rent, you know what? There's no excuse for any horror fan not to own this movie. You can buy like the complete set for like $20 now. There's no excuse.
Even cheaper on DVD. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Rob?
I will go just a little bit higher than both of you. I'll say a solid 8.5. I think it's the combination of the assembly cut, seeing it in black and white, the score, as Will has brought up many times,
Mm-hmm.
our conversation. There are there are a few flaws in here with the black and white that were pointed out, but I think more times than not, the black and white accentuates a lot of things that this movie really is. And then rewatchability, I think, is a solid 9. This is my preferred way to see Alien 3 is the assembly cut in black and white from here on out. This is my preferred. I love this, the way it looks, even with its flaws. And yeah, I mean, it's Alien, right? So the anthologies out there, there are so many ways of having these films
Mm-hmm.
now, and in a cost-effective way. But I love my anthology book that my daughter got for me for my, I think it was my birthday. It's yeah, you have to have it. You must have it. You should have
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So the question is, will we find ourselves watching Alien 3, the assembly cut in black and white from now on? For me,
Yeah.
for myself, I think I will. Not always, though. I think I will still watch this film once in a while with its original intended color palette, but I will for sure be revisiting this film in black and white, for sure.
Yeah. What I think I'm gonna do, every time I watch the assembly cut, I'm gonna watch it in black and white. The theatrical, I'll watch in color.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
Yeah.
I think the black and white accentuates a lot of the things that we get with the assembly cut
Mm.
in ways that maybe doesn't even do it quite in the with the theatrical.